Welcome to another episode of Fuck Your Job. I'm Ron Worley.
And I'm Josh Fullenweider, and we're here to rock your...
Welcome to episode 2 of Fuck Your Job. I got it right that time.
Yeah, you did. Hi, everybody. Today, we're going to be discussing the mindset of unlimited income potential and what that really means. So, Ron, I know that you discuss this in your book, and you and I have had several conversations about this, but what does unlimited income potential mean?
Yeah, so basically what it means is that you work and you get paid for it. Okay, so in other words, as much as I want to work, this is how much money I'm going to make.
Okay.
I don't want anybody telling me that I'm on salary and I can only make $80,000 a year. For me, I want to go out and make $80,000 a year based off of my own actions, and then know that I can make $100 if I want to.
Okay.
So I'm always looking for those kind of jobs and companies that you can own that the end result isn't mapped out for you already.
Okay. So with this idea of unlimited income potential, do you have an idea of how much you value your time at, or?
Yeah, so it's funny you mentioned that, Josh. Okay. And I'm going to reverse that question here in a second. So I read one time, actually I don't read, Josh, I just watch a lot of Facebook. So I saw it on Facebook. This guy said that you have to value your time and then decide if mowing the lawn is worth your time.
Okay. And so you mow your lawn, right?
I used to until I read this. So last year I actually stopped mowing my lawn because I figured out how much I'm worth hourly. And the amount of time that I take to mow the lawn was costing me so much money. And it was true. Every time I had to race home, stop what I was doing, go home to mow the lawn. And then sometimes you miss the lawn and it would go 10 days and then it would take longer. Pretty soon you're wasting $300, $400, $500 to mow the lawn when I can hire somebody for $50 to come and mow it.
Okay.
And that's what we did.
You have a huge yard, though.
I have a huge yard, yeah.
So it probably took you all day to mow.
No, just a couple hours, though,
okay.
But you're right. And so, I'm interested in that, too, in your understanding of unlimited income potential and how much are you worth an hour? Mm-hmm. You know, how do you base that off of investments, off of businesses? Because you're not getting paid an hourly wage.
No, and, even salary, I had to sit down one time and figure out what I was getting paid hourly. But even with the salary, it's like, well, I really only worked 30 hours a week one year. Right. I took a lot of time off and we didn't work very hard the rest of the time. So, that was pretty good money
great money for salary.
But then there's been years where it's, okay, well, 50, there were a lot of 50-hour weeks.
Yeah.
A few 60-hour weeks in there.
Yep. That's how they get you.
Yeah. They're like, oh yeah, you don't have to come in until 10 except for this year when the shit hits the fan and
right.
All of a sudden 10 turns into 7 and yeah.
And they made their money back on you.
So for me, I don't look at how much I can get paid hourly anymore. Mm-hmm. I look at an annual. I look at and say, hey, with this business, I can earn $100,000 a year, $150,000 a year.
Right.
With rental property, I say, okay, I want to get $1,000 a door in rent after all expenses are paid. So if I own a 20-unit apartment building, I should get $20,000 a year. Any of that, it varies in there, and there's other factors into that. But I know, every project I look at, I'm looking at more of the annual income potential and how much. And once you do that, it's like, well, so you and I are building a spec home right now.
Yeah.
Well, it's built, it's about to get sold. It'll probably be sold by the time we get this posted, hopefully.
Probably.
Fingers crossed. But there was more work that went into that than I thought there was going to be. But you and I didn't go swing hammers.
No.
We hired the general contractor. You did work on the sales side and sourcing the land and everything like that. And we did a couple of inspections together, and I did some work at putting the loan package together and then doing the draw requests as they came in.
That was a pain in the ass.
And it took time. It took time. But never once did I say, okay, I'm going to have to do 12 drawer requests. Each one's going to take half an hour, so that's 6 hours of time. I should get X amount per hour on
Right.
it. I looked at it and we said, okay, if everything goes smoothly, sells in the time frame, that we should net between $10,000 and $20,000 each on this spec home. And in a year.
Right.
Okay, is that worth 6 hours?
Right.
Of me dealing with the bank throughout the year? That's not bad.
Right.
There was like, what, maybe 40 hours up front, 6 hours along.
Yeah. And I think you're actually calling out exactly what we're trying to talk about. So when you value your time for the things that don't make you money, it's a good idea. But when it's towards those things that do make you money, your time is not valuable. It's the end result that's valuable.
Yeah.
Your yearly income at the end of the day, what you made at the end of the year, is what is valuable. No matter how much sweat equity we got to put into that, doesn't matter. But when it comes to folding my own laundry, if I can pay someone else and that makes sense because I'm not at home folding laundry, then maybe that makes sense. It doesn't right now. That's a joke. But
You fold your own underwear?
Yeah. But we all go out to dinner and we all hang out. You and I play games. We have game nights and escape room nights and stuff, and we got to have fun too.
Oh yeah.
We're not valuing that time.
No.
But, that's invaluable. So, So I think it's the same. You value your time when you're wasting your time, and you don't when you're making money.
Well, and that kind of going along with that spec home project. Yes, neither one of us is getting paid until the end of it. But if we did that consistently, or enough of them, and we do that consistently, okay, so I've got 6 hours a week for a year into that, or not even a week, 6 hours, let's round it up, say 10 hours a year into that project as the project progressed. If I do 10 of those, okay, I've got 100 hours in a year. That's 2.5 weeks worth of work.
Right.
That's nothing. But along that time frame, I've been able to do escape rooms and game nights and go to London and
your own.
Because I did that. I quit my job and I'm like, I don't have any income. Let's travel the world.
Smart. Josh rolls like he's a multi-billionaire, by the way.
Not even close.
So I think what you just described too is the essence of unlimited income potential. As hard as you want to work, if we want to do 10 spec homes, we'll make a hell of a lot more money. If we want to do one, well, we have more time.
Yeah. Well, and going along with that, I like to have time because I do. One of my values is giving back and philanthropy. I can't even say the word philanthropy.
Yeah.
And so I really enjoy volunteering. I sit on 2 nonprofit boards. Occasionally I do volunteer night with you down at the Will County Food Bank. So I haven't been since I moved. But
too far away.
But anyway, that's one of my values, and that the idea of unlimited income potential has allowed me to spend more time giving back to the community.
Right.
So I don't know, that's the way I kind of.
Well, and I agree with you, and that's why I'm the king of hire other people to do it. The idea, every company we've had to hire people because I'm too busy doing another thing in order to run the company. So you always got to have that trusted person that you can have run your company, because one of my values is freedom, and I don't want to be tied down to an office. I don't want to be tied down to any one job. Case in point, if one ever leaves, if ever bail bonds is gone, which it is going to be gone after tomorrow probably.
Oh yeah?
That's a thing. I have real estate to fall back on. But at the end of the day, our money should be working for us. And that's how you achieve that whole process of unlimited income potential.
Right.
As hard as I want to make my money work for me is as much money as I'm going to make.
So I guess for me, since I'm further down the ladder than you, is I work hard so that I'm getting the money and kind of just getting enough money so that I can start doing those investments more frequently and more often, and opening more businesses.
Dude, and you're one of the smartest people I know that makes $1 turn into $2. And I've seen you do it with properties and businesses, and the way you've just quit your job and all that. And it takes balls.
Don't do that.
Don't do it. It takes balls to do that, but that's exactly what you need in order to achieve success. And when you say you're further down the rung, that just means by age, because I'm looking at retiring now, and you're looking at starting your career now.
Yeah.
And I think that is the different mindset. You know, for me, I want to go golfing a lot, and I want to go see my family. And, I have to be an entrepreneur and have unlimited income potential in order to do that.
Yeah. It's funny you mentioned golfing. So axe throwing obviously is what I'm getting into. When it really fits with my value of fun. So I would love to go golfing all the time.
Yeah.
I would, or go-karting. I like go-karting. And
Sure.
Just anything at a fun center, really. Love travel. But if I can't do it, if I can't always be doing those things, the idea is, well, let's start a business where the primary sales is fun.
I love it.
So that's why I chose Flannel Jacks. It was fun.
Now that's huge, but I think you should put a golf simulator in there so that.
That's what's going next door.
Oh, okay, good. Amen.
Because I still enjoy golf, and I'm not very good at it. I play with old clubs, but I have a lot of fun, and I like
clubs. You mean 1920s?
Not that they're not wooden clubs, but they're like 1980s.
Yeah, that's cool.
So, but no, they're pretty good. So, so with this idea of unlimited income, how would you advise somebody who might be out there working, $12-15 an hour, and they're looking at it and be like, this barely pays my bills as it is. How do I can't even fathom thinking about starting a business. I have no extra money. How does somebody with, maybe a just over broke mindset that's wanting, but wants to grow and wants to learn that, how do they get there?
So it all starts with the want and what you want to do. And I always teach my guys this too. The have tos and the want tos have to be separate. And when you're making $12 an hour, you're not getting a lot of your want tos. You're having to pay a lot of the have tos, right? But to get those want tos, we have to set ourselves towards that direction. And that means if you got to work your 12 hours a day job for $12 an hour, whatever, and then also start something on the side, that's the way it has to be. And you may work 20 hours a day, 24 hours sometimes if you have to, in order to achieve that second goal, until that item takes over the first item. But I think it's, even if it's $1 an hour, take $1 an hour, put that aside towards your dream. Not your want tos. Don't buy a car with it. Use it to invest. Use it to, even if it's 401ks and whatnot, that's making more money than sitting in there. But you know more about this than I do, Josh. You make $1 turn into $2. How long does it take to save up $1 an hour to buy a property?
It takes a long time, earning $8 an hour to save up enough money to buy a property. But I will say, you nailed it. Rather than buying a car, we invested. So I owned 3 houses aside from my own house, so 4 total, before I ever bought a second car for myself to drive.
It's amazing. And
my wife and I
his cars, by the way. The roller skate.
So we own more than one car now, but we don't buy new cars. That's not how we roll. For me, we buy cars that are great on gas mileage because I don't want to waste money on gas. I don't want to have to stress if the gas price goes up to $5 a gallon.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. I get 30 miles to the gallon, and my wife gets 40 some odd miles to the gallon.
I think you nailed it. We're both of us are same goal, different ways to get in there.
Yeah.
Because you're very frugal, and I'm like, just make more money.
Yeah.
And because I have to have the car that costs too much, and I want the gas guzzler, and I live in a mansion, and up until a year ago, you lived in the hood in 150, 79,000, 279.
275 is what we sold it for.
$275,000 home, and you made that work for you for a very long time without having to spend a lot of money. And I think that is, honestly, most of America has to go. That's the route to go. Not that I wasn't poor. I was actually homeless 15 years ago. So, you know, I've been without, but I figure if you're going to have to change your oil, I'd rather pay someone to do it than do it myself to save a few bucks.
I get it, because it's all about how you value your time. And when I was, first of all, $8 an hour was good pay. Minimum wage was $5.15 what I was making. So I'm like, I'm rolling in it. I'm making $3 an hour more than the guy working for me. So
damn good money.
I thought it was great. But while we were doing that, I used a lot of my time and labor on projects that I knew would not pay me back immediately. So we bought the rental properties, and I could have spent easily an extra $20,000 per property paying somebody else to do it. But I went into it and I did the work myself. Painting is not hard. I can paint, and it saved money. Plumbing, electricity, paid somebody else to do it. I'd have some stories about electrocuting myself and finding shit in the basement, but that's not a joke. There was shit in the basement. So we paid for somebody else to do that.
Oh my God.
So anyway, but that's kind of what I've done in order to get to that potential.
And I think you have to when you first start out. Everybody does, right? Unless you're somebody that's been given $1 million to go play with. Take that $1 an hour and do something with it.
So I guess the question I have for you is, with money's no object, and I mean, you're almost to that point anywhere where it's not an object.
It's not true. It's not true.
But if money's no object, what would you do?
Like, as a business?
Well, I mean, you and I both would say, oh, let's start 5 more businesses.
Right.
You give me $1 million, I can open a bunch of businesses. But no, you've got all your businesses open.
I can just go do whatever I want to do. I think I would fish a lot. I would probably want to take some of my mentees and friends to go fishing a lot. That's probably what I would do, is just travel around and fish, see people. We learn a lot while we're fishing. We talk.
It's a great bonding opportunity. I know for me, it would be, I'd keep volunteering, keep giving back. I think it's important. I think you learn so much, just like you do with fishing, and you're talking to your people. I've learned a lot about corporate governance by sitting on the board of a nonprofit. Like, I know how to direct meetings and the Robert's Rules of Order when it comes to running a meeting. I learned that because I was involved on boards of directors. So I've learned a lot from it. I hate to say it, I probably get more out of volunteering than I put into it, just because I keep learning, and it's so impactful in my life. I encourage everybody to do it, you know, as a way to earn unlimited income.
So you're the angel and I'm the devil on somebody's shoulder. And you just said that. Let me also say that is the only way you're ever going to be successful in business, is if you get out in your community and give back to your community. So it is selflessness, but it is selfish in a way, because you're also you're meeting new people. You're feeling good while you're there. And you're also, I mean, we post everything on Facebook, so it's marketing as well. So, you know, not that we do it for any other reason than just to do it, but it is the only way that you're going to have business, is to get out and meet people.
So there was a time when Rebecca and I qualified to get food from the food bank. We were hurting so bad. So it's very rewarding when I go volunteer at the food bank to be like, I've come so far. And then to be there and help those that are where I was 15 years ago. And be like, okay, I know what you're going through. I'm here to help you the way I was helped. So.
Yeah, it shows how far you've come too, Josh. It's Crazy, huh?
I feel like everybody needs that story of, oh yeah, I was homeless or I got food help or
Yeah.
whatever. And yeah,
It's the only way to be successful. That's why these damn millennials aren't very...
I am a millennial, Ron. You asshole.
I married a millennial.
All right. Well, we better wrap this up, or
Millennials.
we could go on forever about millennials. I don't even like millennials, and I am a millennial.
Oh God, there goes half our audience.
See y'all. No, but I mean, millennials do bring a lot of good things to the table. I mean, they've disrupted the economy in a way that you can't even imagine. More millennials, I think, will start or have started businesses than any other generation. Not just because they're the biggest generation that is hitting the workforce right now, but because they're in a different economy.
Yeah.
They're going to be forced to be independent contractors. An independent contractor is a self-employed person.
Right.
That's a business.
Right.
And it doesn't take long if you've ever read Tim Ferriss's 4-Hour Workweek, it doesn't take long for you to be like, well, I can graphic design and earn $80,000 a year or whatever you're doing, or I can say I'm the graphic designer and hire the guy in India for $40,000.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it's once you're an independent contractor, it becomes very scalable
Yeah.
to add employees and build a firm. So
Right.
anyway, that's
do
an
that.
aside, but we're going to go over time here because I forgot to set the timer when we
Oh
started.
God, I was waiting for it to go off.
Yeah.
Bye guys.
Have a good one.
Join us on Facebook at The Jobless Legion or subscribe to our YouTube channel and like, comment, and share.
So that we can get the message out to aspiring entrepreneurs just like you.
Thank you.